Hello, my friends, and welcome back to a brand new Realm News Hytale. I am your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I am here today with your weekly Wednesday episode, your weekly Wednesday Hytale episode, I should say. I am sorry to report that the normal anchor or host, Neon Gaming, could not make it today. It is a good thing I have a little practice in this. Today I have a fascinating episode for you all. I'll be presenting you some recent posts that caught my eye, and I am sure it will intrigue you as well. We have confirmation from Simon that we will have pets in Hytale, but not only that, we will be able to customize them and so much more. Also, I will be touching base on the food system in Hytale from a post made by Academia Orbis. With that said, folks, let's start the show. I would like to start off the show by talking about pets, as I mentioned earlier. On December 1st, Simon posted, quote, "We're coming home. Hytale Early Access, January 13th, 2026. Art by the great at Crimson Crow," end quote. It had attached under the text a beautiful illustration made by the name tagged in that post at Crimson Crow. The photo shows Simon's avatar standing on a lush, grassy bank covered with purple flora near a body of water looking out on a verdant island that has a square mirror-like portal standing upright in the middle with overgrown vines around the frame like a trellis. Simon is holding his right hand with a short Quebec holding it as well. They're clasped together. And the little Quebec is pointing towards the island or that portal as if it led him there. There are some other mystical beasts in the fantastical illustration. This is all with the backdrop of a glorious sky full of clouds washed with purple and gold from the sun rising. The artist did just a marvelous job, folks. They capture the essence and feel of Hytale. However, under the post is a comment which really caught my attention, made by at Satu_111, who asked this, quote, "I hope that the mechanics of pet domestication are very unique, such as petting them, putting cosmetics on their clothes, playing with them, and having interaction whether with cats or dogs. That would be incredible to see. And of course, giving the pet a name," end quote. Monsieur Laflamme responded by saying this, quote, "None of this exists, but will eventually exist. Smiley face," end quote. He literally confirmed Satu's question. Academia Orbis followed up with Simon's statement by saying this, which was translated from Spanish to English. Quote, "A player has asked if the taming mechanics will be unique, and it seems Simon has confirmed that we'll be able to pet them, put cosmetics on them, play with them, and even give them names. Simon has responded that all this will happen after early access these days. We're going to start seeing lots of new systems. It looks like Hytale is going to have tons of interaction and customization, exclamation mark, end quote. Very exciting, folks. It's mind-boggling just how customizable everything will be in this game. I'm interested to see how customizing pets will function and which pets will be tameable. It got me thinking. So I went and looked at HytaleGuide.net. Yes, I discovered this fantastic guide. For those who do not know what HytaleGuide.net is, I'll just read what it says at their homepage here. Quote, "Hytale Guide is a wiki dedicated to help all Hytale enthusiasts learn and master the game. View detailed Hytale adventure mode item information, weapon stats, mob specifics, boss info, and much more. Although Hytale is currently unavailable to play, we will update this wiki with all information currently known in Hytale," end Quote. So it sounds like they're staying on top of it there, just like they do with, the Minecraft wikis, folks, or any wiki for that matter. Like there's a Fallout wiki, there's a lot of wikis for different games. So they're always evolving depending on how many players are always inputting. So I am very happy to have found this. I'm ecstatic. Just ecstatic to have this website. This will now be my resource guide to Hytale, such as I use Minecraft.wiki for Minecraft. I naturally went to the mob sidebar option and clicked on that little icon. It was like a paw. And I just wanted to see if I could dig up some more info on pets. And I didn't really find too much on the topic. I really didn't. However, I found a huge list of mobs already known to be included in the game when it releases. And can you guys take a guess, like just a guess on how many of those mobs are listed here on HytaleGuide.net? It's quite a few they have for a game that hasn't ever been released yet, or you know what I mean. I went ahead and counted it all. Counted every one of them, and it was, let me see here, 44 altogether to be precise, which is quite crazy. And I want to go ahead and read off one, the cat, because I was like, you know what, the cat will probably be tameable, right? So I want to see what they have written for it. And so at HytaleGuide.net, if you click on cat or type it into the search bar, it'll pop right up, and it will have a picture of this cute little black cat with white accents, like at the tip of its tail, on the front of its face, and on its chest. Anyways, the description here is, always wanted a cat? Well, Hytale will make your dream come true. Cats are a domesticated animal in the game that you can have as your very own pet. The impression is that cats will be a passive and tame animal. However, maybe Hytale will surprise us. Cats are able to interact with their environment somewhat, including sitting on chests and other surfaces. They also appear to have idle animations such as cleaning their paws. That was their description they had written. Now, where to find cats? So if you are desperate to have a cat as your very own pet, please do head to Emerald Grove, also known as Zone 1, and tame your cat. And then it gives an appearance. And then they base it all off like a couple images that were presented to them like years ago when the game was being, first introduced, I believe like 7 years ago. But there's a cat licking its paw on this chest in the picture, with a couple other avatars doing some stuff like foraging, and another person, I think, doing some potion work on a bench. But it's really cool photo here in their guide, so to speak. Anyways, I just wanted to read that off because it did say this was a pet, but it sounds like they just don't have too much on it. Like it says here under their appearance, we are yet to find out if there will be different cat breeds within the game. However, this little black and white cat is cute enough for now. So, yeah, that's what we got for now, folks. Not too much until this game releases. And, well, they are giving us stuff, like these tweets or posts that we've been reading off. I should include Neon in that because he's been on these episodes as well. Anyway, so let me move on here down the list or of the script here, please. A few of those mobs on the list are these. I just want to read off some, okay? Because I thought this was very, very interesting. While I was on the pet subject, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm going to go ahead and read off a few of these because they just intrigue me very much. Now, and they all have cool names. Some of these I don't know what they are. So, hang on. Void Spider. That sounds creepy. Wendigo. A Wendigo. What is that? Yeti. Oh my gosh, a Yeti in the game? Can I tame a Yeti? That'd be awesome if I could have a Yeti sidekick. Can I have a Yeti sidekick, Simon Colin LaFlamme, please? I bet I could mod one. Anyways. Next, Finstalker. Then Crawler. Then Emberwolf. Next, Skeleton Archer. Then Skeleton Frozen Warrior. Those mobs all sound scary and very cool at the same time, folks. I want to encounter them all. I heard somewhere, and I think we reported on this in the show, and actually I think it was Neon and I's first time together on this podcast. I mentioned there's like over 750 mobs. I can't remember how they came up with that, but I did see that somewhere, and I will dig that back up. But I did report on that. Anyways, fact check me. Go check my sources in the show description. Anyways, I am sure we will be able to customize the heck out of any pet, since we know from Slikey's blog post made days ago saying that this game is going to have modding at its core. With that said, I would like to now move on to Hytale food talk. Just do a brief bit of food chat over there, just to see what they got going on from some recent posts on X. X. I always want to call it Twitter, folks, because it should still be called Twitter. But anyways, let's go over there and check out the food in Hytale. Okay, we have transitioned over into the food section, because I just want to briefly just talk about this briefly, because now one of my favorite sources for Hytale, who goes by Academia Orbis, found on Twitter, now X. Anyways, I've been loving them, folks. Go check them out. Follow them. They do great work. They post some long-form posts there. They've been doing a fabulous job keeping up with Simon's posts and just all the posts. I don't know. Just go follow them. They do a great job. Anyways, they posted this dated December 1st, 2025 at 1:38 UTC. And this was shared by Academia Orbis. Noticias Hytale at Academia Orbis. And quote, food in Hytale will be very fun and complete system, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. This was also, folks, before I go any further, was translated from Spanish to English. Anyways, quote, Simon explained that they want to mix ingredients to get unique buffs, prepare special meals for mining, chop faster, combat or exploration, feed NPC villages, improve reputation with NPCs, get quality bonuses depending on how the dish turns out, and even level up culinary mastery. Will there be talents? Exclamation mark, question mark. Plus, extra food won't go to waste, because if you don't need to eat it, you can reuse it for buffs, trades, and progression with NPCs before it expires! Exclamation mark. For now, it works like in Valheim. And it goes on to explain it. Eating gives you more max health, more max stamina, and regeneration for a while. Hytale wants to avoid a boring hunger system and turn cooking into a real part of the adventure. Remember that they already have a team just for life skills! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. End quote. And I just want to emphasize all exclamation marks, because they're super excited about the food here. I am loving what they said. I really am. That is something that I have been wanting to be expanded upon in Minecraft over the years. Is food. I've been wanting them to do something. I'm happy to see that there will be an extensive cooking / food system in place in Hytale that will allow us to be culinary masters of our own worlds. I like reading about how we can feed NPCs to improve our reputation. I do hope that they put in mastery, level up type system in place where you can become a master chef of sorts. Something that I really enjoyed about the ancient game of RuneScape that I've mentioned a few times on Realm News Minecraft is the guilds, where there are different levels of craftsmen. I want that. I want to level up. I want to show that I have earned my rank of cooking or whatever other art or trade that I'm trying to perfect. Yes, I want to be a master of things. Anyways, I'm super excited to learn more about the food system, and I'll report more on it as we learn more about it. Academia Orbis made an intriguing comment on their own post, which I would like to read before wrapping up this week's Realm News Hytale. Quote, there are many RPGs with strange or different mechanics. In Ark, there's food that gives you thirst. In Don't Starve, it affects sanity. In Project Zomboid, it affects weight, illnesses, and mood. Exclamation mark. We'll see how they do it in Hytale. End quote. It will be interesting to see what direction Hytale takes food. I think it will be just a really different experience from which I'm used to in Minecraft. Not trying to knock Minecraft. No, I'm sorry. No, I love it. I have 2 shows over it weekly. Anyways, I think that the pets and the food systems are going to be a blast overall, and I know that the Hytale community is amped up about it. That is all I have for this week, my friends. I'm going to leave it there on food. I know that was a short report, but that's all I could dig up for now. There really hasn't been terribly anything posted today. I appreciate you all tuning in to a brand new Realm News Hytale. If you enjoy the show, I'd really appreciate it if you would take a moment and click that follow button wherever you're listening to this. If it's on Spotify, then swipe up and leave a comment as well. Also, please rate the show as a form of appreciation. I would love that. And thank you all for tuning in to Realm News Hytale. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday, unless I see you before then with breaking news. Have a great rest of your day and happy waiting. Not much longer until the first pre-release of the game comes out, folks. The Dark Lord. Signing out. Hey, Realm News fans, it's your host, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I am here to tell you that your support means everything. Spread the word by telling friends, liking, and commenting on Spotify or Good Pods. Find me on X, Blue Sky, Reddit, or via email at bio.link/realmnews. For more content, join my Patreon at the Copper tier for early episodes, bonus content, and newsletters. Find out more at bio.link/realmnews. No pressure, though. Just keep listening, liking, and sharing. That's more than enough. Happy crafting, and see you at the next Realm News.